Okay, so this is basically our basic setup for the power supply for all of our LEDs. So you can basically hook up, a multitude of LED inputs with this one little metal box. So on the first three of these leads that are in these screws right here, this connects you to the wall plug. And basically what you have to do is you have to strip back some of the casing of the wiring, and it will reveal three cords. You're going to have a red cord, a black cord, and a blue cord. And you'll notice here that the red and black are very closely intertwined, so you're going to have to unravel that a little bit. And then the blue cord is presumably your ground cable. So take a look at this label right here. You've got L, N, and then you've got this weird symbol. And then you've got minus voltage, plus voltage. So your anode and cathode, presumably. So what you're going to do is you're going to connect your plug to the first three screws, going the black wire first, then the blue wire, and then the red wire. Okay. So then this will allow the wall plug to power your power supply. So then the next part will be taking some of your lead wire or your extending wire, and this will bring power to your outlets. So take a comfortable length of lead wire. We typically use about 6 feet, so that we can we have a lot of space between the wall mount and where our reactions are, because we don't want our reactions to be ran close to our power supply, just for hazard's sake. So as you can see here, we have quite a bit of lead wire before we have our little plugs for the LED. So in this case, we have to strip, we have to pull apart and strip away to expose some of the wire, and then as you can see, the wire can be pulled apart like that. Then we want to screw in the black wire first and then the red wire. Let's see if we can actually get that. Well, never mind. Okay, so if we were just to connect this directly to the LEDs, this would only allow us to have one per power supply, which is pretty inefficient. So this is what these multi-channel ports are for. As you can see here, we split the red and the black multi-channel ports apart, and each of the multi-channel ports only attach themselves to each color wire respectively. So these are a little bit tricky to use, but once you understand how they work, they're actually quite fine. So essentially, this orange lever here kind of locks down your wire into this multi-channel port. So it takes a little bit of, these things take a little more strength than you'd guess for how fragile they look, but you've got to pull it all the way back until it locks up like that, which releases the wire, for, whatever you want. So normally they're going to come empty, like you see right here. And if you can look down the center of this, you see that they're open when I pulled up these levers. When I push down these levers, now you see that they are closed. So what we want to do is put all the black leads or all the black wires into one of these multi-channel ports. So we're going to take the wire that comes from our power supply and put it into its own dedicated slot right here, in which we'll lock that in right there. So in these next two ports, it does not matter how many black wires from whatever number of leads. Max 2, excuse me. Well, we can put in up to 2 wires from these channels right here, into a single port, which allows us, to greatly increase the number of LEDs we can run at any given time. And then, actually this one already has 3 in it, but that's fine. As you can see here, sometimes it gets a little tricky getting all the wires into their design port. Once they are, they lock in quite nicely. So you have to do the same thing for the red wire on the other side. And just make sure that you have one dedicated port for your power supply, right here and right here. In this setup, there's basically no soldering necessary. You just need some wire strippers to cut away and expose some of the metal. And that's how you set up the LED strips.